action.
All right, we are live right now with the first official week of the DODCAST. I am Corey Jagon Marco. This is Tony Compton.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in again.
Oh yeah, we are coming up this week with the predictions for week 1 on DOD Harrington.
A fan favorite, it seems like, community favorite, 12-man favorite, if you will.
God, yeah.
Harrington's been around forever.
It's like 2003, I believe, technically. It's gone through many iteration changes. I don't know. Let's give a quick rundown of the map itself here for anyone who's interested in that. Although all of us have played Harrington, we got our
Start Mountain, if you don't mind.
yeah. Let's take it over to your side of the world here.
Yeah, Mountain, pretty standard. On Axis side, some people will send a car to peak, try to offset the bars. Some people will do more missionary with sending just both heavies, or even maybe like a heavy and a light, or even a third. I don't know. It gets kind of crazy at Mountain Axis side. Sometimes you flood it and try to overwhelm the bars and push through the one, get ladder control. But for the most part, we see a 2v2, maybe a 2v3 at Mountain. Ladder is key. Whoever controls ladder is going to open up mid for their team, which is obviously what Harrington's all about. It's all about mid.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, pretty standard. Like I said, the sewers are a big part of this map. Sometimes people fall asleep on the sewers and it can punish them. You get a nice flank through sewers. You can get an easy 2 kills and just turn the map back in your favor. I don't know. What do you think, Corey?
I think you really got to pay attention to the sewers, because if a heavy team is playing remotely smart, there will always be one guy in there. And if you don't have the communication between your heavies to have one of your guys going that way, then they will ninja out to your first and can do a lot of damage that way. And then, of course, like you said, ladder control, because of the fact that mid is the most important part of the map. Whoever has ladder really has, an extra leg up on the guys that are going mid, because as an allied player, you can jump off white steps and go to sandbag. As an Axis player, you're there to potentially break mid or get pushed down, out double doors, upper connector, etc., etc. And then obviously on Mountain is the 2 first flags, which generally are the last line of defense for a full cap, which is, the objective. So,
and that's kind of why we talked about seeing a car go Mountain now, because it's so easy just to put a car at ladder, and you can watch trips, you could peek into mid, you could see upper con. Really strong position for a car here.
Oh yeah, and you see, like more and more these days, you're seeing snipers take initial picks off here because they don't want to get naded. You're seeing a lot more teams finally be willing to just flood their whole team here once they lose their second flag, because too often you see the 2 long guys just keep going out sandbag spawn and giving up free kills for no reason, and then they don't have those extra 2 bodies to defend this flag, and that's a nightmare.
So yeah, Mountain, pretty straightforward, heavy battle. Might see a rifle there occasionally.
Exactly.
Sometimes you'll see the whole team there. All right, let's go mid.
Yep, this is
your domain.
Yeah, this is the real crux of the map here, which is usually a sniper and a rifle, but nowadays, not so much. You see a sniper and 2 rifles a lot of the time, or a third, or a light, whatever you want to call it. It's probably realistically a lot more of an allied-sided mid, but if you have good cars, if you know your angles, if you know your nades, you can really overtake stuff. Mid-house is kind of the end objective after capping mid, because you can just control so much of mid from here with any gun, really. And potentially ninja for breaks, stuff like that. On the allied side, you got the upper connector, get a different angle. You see a lot of snipers sniping from down here. Really stupid plants and foliage that guys like to hide behind. The mid cap itself, which can be naded from literally anywhere on the map, and it's stupid. The balcony. Really, a lot of it is just about pre-firing, pre-aiming, knowing your angles, and throwing good grenades, and being a sniper.
Nades from other parts of the map are what opens up mid for your team, because like you said, it's kind of routeless DOD when it comes to Harrington. So you'll see some heavies in mid, you'll see all the rifles at some point. Sniper will obviously be there. And it could just be a full-on circus at times, where it's just a steady stream of people running into mid trying to contest it on both sides.
Yeah, that's the meta.
Especially when it's kind of up for grabs in that moment. Maybe it's just like a 1v1 for a split second or 2 there, and here comes 3 more people from each team, and then bam, it's a huge fight.
just when you think it's clear, there's another guy there too. It's like we just killed
Exactly.
4, we can cap. Oh wait, there's PDX with a triple nade. Never mind.
And it is the type. The thing about mid is on Harrington is like once you get it and you have control, no matter whether your allies or Axis, it's such a pain in the ass to get it back.
Yeah,
That's kind of where it comes from, like nading from the 2, nading from the 1. You've got to help your mid team out. Use some of your grenades to help them out, and it'll go a
right.
long way towards getting mid back.
Big time. Have that swing guy upper connector when you're an ally, especially that long. Realistically, we'll get to long, but that long route is more of a 1v1 route at this point, so that guy has a little extra responsibility on allies to be ready to come break this shit when his mid team inevitably dies.
Yeah, it's really seeming like the meta, if you will, is shifting towards 1v1 long with just all the people in the world going mid that they
Yeah,
can. Like
I
as
hate it.
much, even the heavies, like get in there and help.
It's stupid. Like it's
So,
totally like the map, because the map was not really made with that in mind. It just makes it feel like the worst map in DoD. It's just a
well, I'm
nade
wondering if
fest.
people are gonna start trying to punish that by like sending 3 long
You
and
could,
just like flooding through long these days. Because we've kind of seen that in a few of our scrims, like
yeah.
against Typical and can't remember who else was doing that. They were actually flooding long against the
hmm
solo players, so
It's an
something to keep
option.
an eye out for.
All sorts of different iterations of the changing it up to try to punish the extra guys in mid, which I'll be interested to see what kind of teams employ that strat this week.
Yeah, let's just take it long here since we're already
Yeah,
over here. And like we mentioned, it's pretty straightforward. You're gonna
yeah,
most likely be in a 1v1. Usually it's technically a 2v2, but that that one of those rifles will be a heavy rotator. So a lot of times it's a 1v1, a
yeah,
Grand versus Stas or a Grand versus a car. People are unting long these days.
yeah, big
It's
time.
pretty effective.
The
So
Unter of Pain.
don't be surprised to see unts out at long. But yeah, it's a pretty standard route. It's mono e mono, and I mean sometimes it's one of those routes where you're just hitting shots and you're dominating the other guy and you're getting to sandbags and everything's feeling good, and sometimes you cannot get out of spawn and you're screaming for help because you're solo, and yeah, it's just how it goes. It's long.
Oh yeah, and you can really, I mean, with the right kind of player pushing long, you can have an effect on mid because you can throw, like, say you're an allied player, you get pushed, and then they're going for mid against your team. You can throw a nade over from their own second flag, or you can end up flanking white steps, or you can hold their mid guys in at sandbag. Same thing as an Axis player at the allied second. Like if you can get up there and kill a couple spawn waves, that can actually really fuck mid up pretty badly. So as much
Exactly. Yeah.
as long gets shit on now, and it's just like 1v1 most of the time, really, when the map's being played the right way, that route is another big swing area when it comes to being able to get mid.
So yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much wraps up Harrington. We're not going to spend too much time on this
Yeah,
map. It
yeah.
is ancient. People play it
We
like
all get
crazy.
it, yeah.
Yeah. So with that being said, let's just move straight into week 1 predictions.
Oh yeah. We can start with
And
silver for
yeah,
sure.
starting with silver first. First matchup I have is Love Me Not versus Washed Up.
Oh yeah.
And right off the bat, I'm thinking this is going to kind of be we're going to see what both these teams look like. We don't really know what either of these teams are going to look like.
Right. Lots of
We've
interesting guys on both rosters for sure.
definitely, yeah. I mean, as we said, Love Me Not, Love Me Not is potentially one of the best teams in Silver this
Right,
season.
yeah. They
I
got
think they have been
serious
scrimming a little
firepower.
bit,
They have been, yeah.
so that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure how much Devin has been playing. I think he played one.
Yeah, I think at least one.
Yeah, so like we said, if Devin and uh, Colin are active, that team's going to be rough. I haven't
Yeah.
seen Titus, or I guess they
No.
actually
Yeah,
dropped
Titus is
Titus.
gone, yeah.
Yeah, so they added Chris W as their last
Oh, yeah.
pickup, and yeah, I don't know anything about him. I know you know a little bit about him. Have we seen him lately? I don't think
I
so.
know, I
So
haven't seen him in a while, but I would remember if I had, so he probably hasn't been around.
yeah, Styles been 12 manning. So I think Let Me Not's going to be pretty prepared,
Yeah,
as prepared as you need to be for Harrington. On the flip
exactly.
side, Washed Up, that is Godfather's team, also scrimming a little bit
Yeah,
from what
yeah.
I've seen. And this is a team we definitely want to see how this could be the match of the week. I almost made this the match of the
Right,
week,
yeah. These are old
but
school guys who know how to play
yeah,
the
like
game.
especially Arachnid.
He's
We
going to
and
be good.
secretly
And
those we
he's,
don't
yeah,
those two could be beasts. We don't
right?
know.
Secretly
Yeah,
a pro player in another
yeah,
game, salaried and Arachnid, who, from my understanding, is considered one of the best snipers in DoD source history. I watched him play a little bit of 1.3 the other day, and he looked really good. So I'm very curious to see how that matchup plays out between Arachnid and I think Devin will be sniping for Love Me
Hmm.
Love Me Not.
I believe I've seen Devin Heving in a
Yeah, he could
scrim.
really do anything, honestly. He could be
Yeah.
doing anything.
I don't know who sniped. No, maybe he was sniping. Now that I think about it, honestly I can't remember. But
Yeah.
the arachnid versus whoever's sniping for Let Me Not is the key to this
Oh,
matchup.
yeah.
Snipers are key on Harrington. If you didn't know, they kind of just if they can get into mid house, it's the world is their oyster from
Yeah.
there on.
Your life is a living hell from there.
Hmm. So with that in mind, I'm thinking, okay, if Arachnid's the best player on Washed Up, that's upset potential.
And very much so, yep.
Unfortunately, I don't have enough faith in them to predict Washed Up to win, so I will be taking Love Me Not in a surprisingly close match, in my opinion. What do you think, Corey?
Yeah, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. You know, it's just the firepower on Love Me Not. They have a lot of kill potential there between Colin and Devin, and I mean, if Chris W plays, low carb can get kills in
Yeah,
bunches,
Low Carb's
or
pretty good at Harrington.
yeah, and he'll be ninjing all over the map and just making life miserable
Yeah.
for whoever's
He'll be
going
taking over
route.
long, I assume,
Yeah,
which is whoever's going long against him, have fun.
yeah, good
Because you're
luck.
not. It's
Check
going to be rough.
check the bushes because he will be prone there.
Yeah. Clear the
Hambuga.
apartments.
Yeah, yeah, right. Never just let yourself think like, well, if he's not peeking me, he's definitely not here because he is probably there somewhere and letting you run by. So, with all that in mind, I mean, Washed Up absolutely has the potential to win this, and I think Arachnid will be the key swing player there. And I'm really curious to see secretly because he's a pro player in another game. I don't know what their lineup is going to be exactly, obviously. But I'd say Love Me Not wins by like 3 caps, probably with a strong, strong allied side, as it is an allied sided map in general. Um, I would say that the players to watch for both teams here will be, Arachnid for Washed Up, and then for Love Me Not, I'm gonna go with Hambuga because
Oh,
J Rod insists that he was a really good CS:GO player. So this is for J Rod. Happy belated birthday, even though I already told you happy
shout out
birthday.
J Rod.
Yeah, yesterday he turned like 16. So Hambuga is my pick for the player to watch there.
Interesting. So you're telling me Hambuga has been to the J Rod school of people who want to jump high
Yep,
and do other things fast.
fact.
Interesting. Okay, I like that, and I would agree that Arachnid is definitely a player to watch. My player to watch, I did put his Colin.
Yeah,
Kid's
of
insane,
course, of
and
course.
he saw him in a few 12 man, so he's out there practicing, whether he wants to admit it or
Yeah,
not.
he won't admit it though.
But yeah, that's Let Me Not versus Washed Up, and again, we both are taking Let Me Not in that
Yeah.
matchup. Okay, moving on to the next silver matchup, we have Team CIS versus No Go.
Oh yeah.
Another interesting matchup. CIS has been practicing. They've scrimmed Thunder. So
They
they're
have.
fearless. I don't. They may be scrimming other gold teams for all I know. So that's Riley
I wouldn't be
Staffer
surprised. Yeah.
is really good,
He is. I've had to heavy against that guy a few times now, and I did not love it. It was not that fun.
and they picked up the Azilla, whoever that
Yeah,
was.
Zilla, yeah.
That person's not terrible. They
No,
can
he
heavy.
was also shitting on me with the heavy, which I didn't
Yeah.
love. So
Now we were messing around with rolls, but still, they they're holding their own. I respect
they
that.
are. They like from what I expected heading into scrims with them, they are a lot better than that. So
On the flip side, we've got No Go. They've been practicing a little bit. I think they're gonna be able to get a scrim in before the match as well on
nice.
Sunday. This will be an earlier match, so it's kind of messing up the roster a little bit. I know Fincher's going to play,
Nice.
and he's going to heavy with Spoon, so that'll be interesting. I don't think they've played together at all to this
Yeah.
point. I'm not sure how much Fincher's played either, but
I
they're
played him
ready
in a
to roll him
draft.
out. Okay, so
The
he's
last one.
the last draft.
Yeah, and he was pretty good.
Okay, well, this could get scary for Nogo.
It
I'm
could.
actually a little worried. Like, I don't think they're going to lose, but I think it will be a little close. I don't know. What do you think, Corey?
Yeah, I think that they really need to be ready for these guys because, I mean, as much as we heard that they had never played the game, I can tell you for certain they have played this game. Because if they haven't played the game, then they are going to be the winner of the Gold Division next season. If this is them after never playing the game, they are pretty good. All they really have to work on is like the real fundamentals of the game, like the routes, the angles, the grenades, stuff like that. Yeah, aim-wise, like just raw mechanic-wise, they look great, and they're pretty tough to hit with their ping, which is always a factor in this day and age. If No-Go gets complacent, they could find themselves in a bit of a hole.
Agreed. I do think Nogo will still take this.
I would think so.
If this was a week 8 matchup, I don't know, maybe CIS.
Right, yeah.
Because I think they're going to get better as the season goes along.
Give it a little more time for sure.
So yeah, I think we both are in agreement here. We're going to take No-Go. We mentioned Riley Staffer.
Yeah, he's the guy to watch for sure.
Definitely. And I think the Deutschland person was
he was pretty good too, yeah.
Pretty good, yeah. On No-Go, you can't go wrong watching my man Spoon.
Of course.
He's running and gunning his ass off with the heavy. I think
Matthew,
will be
Fincher, yeah.
Matthew will be sniping this week, I believe. So
yeah,
definitely
that's right.
someone to watch.
Yep.
And Dedro will probably be rifling, so that's also someone to watch.
He's been doing well at long.
He has. He's been practicing. So their Harrington strat's a little kind of crazy, but I think they practice it pretty well here, and I think they will get the win against Team CIS.
Nice. That activity will pay off for them.
All right, let's keep going here. We got Fast Loris versus Moose Knuckles.
Oh, yeah.
So, again, here, this is one of those interesting matchups where I think it'll be kind of even. We don't really know what to expect from either of these teams.
Right, yeah.
I think Fast Loris we have a little bit better understanding.
Definitely.
Stealth's been tearing it up lately.
Yeah, he's getting there.
Been active.
He's getting there. That's the key with a lot of the guys that were around back in the day and just coming back. You just got to get the reps in, and then you're getting it back quick.
Exactly, and I think if even him and Twist or Hey Hi is feeling comfortable, I think that's probably enough to offset what Moose Knuckles is going to throw.
I would say so.
Yeah, again, we just... I saw the Blackheart guy in Discord, and his Discord name was actually the same way it is in this Google Doc.
Really?
Which is pretty cool.
That is cool. He's committed.
That kind of just makes me think he's a pub star to the max degree. You know, he's got XX around his name, whatever. He's ready to go. Yeah, again, we're just going to have to see what happens here. Moose Knuckles, we do not know what they're going to look like.
Really, I have no idea what to expect. The only guy that I've really played with, I mean, I know G from back in the day. I haven't got to really play with him since he's been back, but Bojangler's, of course, played with a bunch. And everybody else, I don't know what to expect from.
I want to say I was in a 12-man the other day with Big Bird, and he was playing okay.
Okay, well, that's something.
So definitely serviceable Big Bird there.
Big Bird.
And, yeah, I think Twist and Hey Hi, if they're at all, even 50% or whatever, what they were before, that they're going to be rolling through Mountain, no problem. So I'm taking Fast Loris here. I don't know about you, Cor.
I definitely. I mean, Moose Knuckle could surprise everybody, and if so, then next week I will eat crow on that. But I'm thinking Fast Loris. They got a lot of experience, a lot of talent on that team, and
they just got stealth down mid.
Yeah, Kevin will be.
Sometimes
great.
That's all you need on Harrington.
Exactly.
It's the sniper to drop 40.
Yeah, well, once you got a guy doing that for you, holding down mid-house and stuff, that's making it more painful for the Mountain team, your mid players, your long guys that are rotating to mid are getting killed by him too, and it can just be a slippery slope. So I think Fast Loris will take it.
Yeah, so we're going to both take Fast Loris with probably a few caps.
Yeah. I would say, 350.
Yeah. Okay, Price is Right is on bye. They will not be playing this week. That brings us to our match of the week.
Yeah.
And that is DreamWorks versus Sleepers, the South American showdown.
I like it.
Again, we're still not really sure what we're going to see out of DreamWorks here, but I think they're going to show up. They're going to be fine.
There is a qualifier in this, that DreamWorks, we don't know how much they've played. If they've played a lot, these are all guys who were invite players. Well, most of them, at least, were invite players, so they will look great. If they haven't played at all, it's a total toss-up. Some guys don't have that rust. They just come back and are just great. And some guys take a month, like me, or 6 months. So it depends.
And Sleeper's been practicing. So
yeah, Sleepers is the most committed team in DOD to getting better. I love it. I love those guys. They're so fun to watch. They're great.
But man, if this DreamWorks team just shows up and is, like we said, even 70%, 80% of what they were, man, I don't know.
That's going to get scary.
It's Harrington, so it's not really like you need to practice that much.
Right, they know that.
It's kind of just muscle memory, yeah.
Yep.
As long as you know the nades and the timings, you're good.
And they do. They all know those nades, especially Cass and Rods and Sillyhand. Those guys were nightmarish rifles to deal with on Harrington, so.
I'm excited to see this new Sleepers heavy duo of Matt and Chi.
Yeah,
That might be the saving grace here. They might just be rolling mountains so hard that their rifles can't get anything going off that,
right.
and
And their rifles are
DreamWorks.
so good too.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
Burn as a third is a
Yeah, and Burn is your
freak.
wild card,
Yeah,
and
Sirio's a
he
solid sniper.
Burn may not even play Harrington. If he does, I'm not sure where he goes. I don't think he played Harrington at all last season.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think I remember him pretty much doing something on every other map besides Harrington. So it's possible that he's more of a hired assassin for all but Harrington. If he did, I'd imagine he'd go long, taking a light over there.
Exactly. So we'll see what Sleepers does against DreamWorks here. I think I'm going to take Sleepers, though, just because of the preparation they've had thus far.
Yeah, oh yeah, they look great. They're playing all the time. They're all good players that are improving regularly after having a great first season. So I suspect that they'll be able to come out and handle business. If not, then that's bad news for all of Silver because that means that DreamWorks came out
Yeah.
ready to play, and those guys are going to be a problem for anybody if they're all on their game.
Yeah, we mentioned they could be contenders, too, so
Yep.
this is a good test for them out the gate. We'll see where they're at. We'll have a nice gauge, but I'm still going to take Sleepers. I think it'll be close. I think I'll
Yeah.
take Sleepers by a cap.
Yeah, I'd go with that. 1 to 2 caps. And I'd say the guys I'm looking at are Rods and Silly Hand and Casino, the three
Definitely.
rifles. And then for sleepers, you're looking at the heavies in Chai and Matt or Vanak. And then Sirio, because if Rods is going mid, which I assume he will be because that's what he always did, I always had to play him in mid. And if he's like even 60, 70%, he's going to be a problem. And they're going to need Sirio to be on his game there to handle that.
Yeah, I feel like Sleepers, Vanak, Brinya, they're going to have their hands full
Oh, yeah.
if these rifles show up for DreamWorks.
If they've been playing with any regularity, that's going to be a heavyweight clash right there in the silver division, and I can't wait to see it. I'll definitely be shoutcasting that. I'm going to try to shoutcast as many as I can, but that one is a guaranteed cast.
Yeah, so hopefully we get to find out the time on that one, and we'll get that one to you guys. All right, let's go into gold, though.
Oh, yeah.
And first matchup I have is Slow Loris versus Icy Hot.
Oh, boy. All right. I like that matchup right
Yeah,
there.
and this is kind of a nice test for Slow Loris out the gate. Not too tough of a matchup, but still not easy by any means. No matchup
Right.
in gold is easy.
No, everybody's pretty even now, besides Typical, who's just pulling ahead of everybody else at this point, to be honest. But, yeah.
Slow Loris been scrimming a little bit. I still don't think they've gotten a full scrim in with their starting six,
I don't
though,
think so, yeah.
which is always concerning.
I've seen DB and Austin and Hildy and Hopper playing together, but outside of that, I didn't see Kev playing with that one. Fallen, I haven't seen outside of when he tried to play once, but because of his inverted mouse, it didn't work. Andrew Gall, I assume, has been playing a bit. And after that, I'm not really sure who the rest of them would be. Oh, well, Kev. I don't know. Did I say Kev already?
Yeah, you said Kev,
Okay, yeah. Well, he's a good player, and I know he's been getting around a little bit, but I don't expect to see Bad News Panda, Mista, Avatar. Not sure about Stay Puffed, but
yeah. I think we could say they have 4 active members right now.
yeah,
that are practicing quite a bit. So that's a solid core.
definitely.
Hopefully, if they can fill out those last 2 spots, they'll be competitive. What's going for them is that Icy Hot's also going through the same issues.
Yeah.
They cannot get their starting 6 on to scrim.
Yeah,
Just
if they
'cause
could,
of the
it would be a
issues I
problem.
mentioned in the original episode. Just all spread out, multiple time zones.
Yep.
Lots of people busy with the RL stuff. So
Work and family.
this could be closer than you think. Just
It
looking
could
at the
be.
rosters.
With a strong match from somebody like Austin or Hildy in mid, I'm not sure if they have switched classes, if they're still going with the Hildy, Hildy sniping and Austin rifling or what, but either of them can be extremely impactful in mid. They're going to be up against, though, I assume Vertex and either the Bear or Kanga, which is still another formidable mid duo, especially Vertex is just a freak.
I've been told Icy Hot's going to kind of not completely taking the DODCAST advice, but somewhat. They are moving Bear back to Sniper.
That's probably good, yeah.
Kanga will be heavy
Okay.
with Modgers, and Bees will be rifling long.
Ooh, I like that because Bees is a natural rifle.
And I think that works out best for their lack of scrimming as a team because long is just long, like we said in the map overview. You could just Bees doesn't need to practice long.
No,
You just send
he
them
does
long.
it in
It's
his
fine.
sleep. Yeah. That is,
So
I think that's the best iteration of that
yes,
lineup, to be
that's
honest.
redirecting the firepower immensely, putting a lot of pressure on Mountain.
Wow,
Modgers and Kanga are going to be flying around.
that's great. I mean, I've
Kanga
been
might even
saying
be
Bees
bar
should be
carring.
rifle. Yeah, Kanga could car bar. He's been playing out of his mind lately.
He's been carring Mountain pretty well, so I would not be surprised if he's car barring this
Yeah.
week.
And what about Sick
Vertex,
then?
Sick will be, Sick is a car star, so I don't think you take the car
Yeah,
to
you
hit
can't
him
really
either.
take the
But
car away from him. So like you got 4 guys who are good cars, but you only got 2 cars to give.
yeah, I think we're guaranteed to see Sick and Vertex with the car.
Yeah, I think
I
that makes
just I just
sense.
don't think you take a car out of Sick's hands.
Yeah, and Jesse can use the Unter or
And Jesse
whatever.
can use whatever. I
Yeah,
mean, he's kind of blossoming right now,
he
if
is.
you
This is
will.
his moment.
So,
Oof.
yeah, I see how it's going to be a tough matchup,
Yeah,
and I will
that
be.
makes me more afraid of them, that lineup, that
Yeah,
configuration of
exactly.
it.
Even with the lack of a full scrim,
Yeah,
I just don't see Slow Loris overcoming this. It's a tough week 1 draw for Slow
it
Loris, but
is.
yeah, I think I'm taking Icy Hot by probably 2.5, maybe even 3 caps here,
Yeah, I think that's probably pretty fair. I'd say
and
the same.
I would definitely say you're going to want to watch Vertex this week.
Yeah,
I
he's
rang
too
for
good.
Icy Hot, and Vertex had I think almost 80 kills in the scrim.
Damn.
He was going crazy, and he plays mid on allies,
Yep.
and he just goes up white steps and he kills everyone.
Gets to sandbag spawn with any weapon, kills you 17
He was getting 4 kills
times.
with 3 grand bullets. It was
Yeah,
insane.
God, he's unkillable when he gets there.
And then on Slow Loris, I really like Hildy this week. I think he's a really
Yeah,
good Harrington sniper.
I think Austin will have a good match too.
Austin probably will, yeah.
It
Assuming he got his keyboard
depends.
fixed.
Yeah, I know his keyboard's all fucked up.
So yeah.
It could be closer than we think, but I definitely think ICL will pull it out one way or another.
Yeah, so Icy Hot, we will be taking you, and hopefully we get a time on that, because that's one I want to watch.
I would,
So,
yeah. I mean, I want to cast every match if possible. So everyone has to keep me posted on times.
all right, we got PMC versus Thunder. We're just going to GLHF that one.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I don't think we're going to talk about that one too much.
Players to watch, not me.
Yeah, players to watch, Toxinator Jules on the other side.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with CK or Paintball. It's a
Yeah.
sniper map. Paul Kuhn probably be fun to watch.
Kaboom.
Kaboom is playing, I think,
Yeah.
so that'll be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sucks we won't
Element.
see Tony 9, but
Oh,
hope he's
Nine's not
wherever he's
playing?
at.
That's who he's playing
He's got
for?
something going on this weekend, I think. So hopefully
Nah.
everything's okay. I didn't get any details on that, but
Nah, me neither.
we will miss you, 9.
We'll see you next time. It's all
But
right.
yeah, good luck. Have fun, PMC. Hopefully,
Yep.
it's a fun match.
Should be. I think it will be. I think it'll be a tight one. Tight like a toiga.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Clinic and Tiny Dick St. Elmo.
Oh, yeah. Tiny Dick St. Elmo, the men.
And I don't think they're playing as Pandemic after all, so Subway must have not been on the menu.
That's unfortunate because I was going to jump ship at the trade deadline so I could get some free $5
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I know. I could have
that would've
brought
been
you
a big
along.
play.
I could have brought you along.
You could have, yeah. You could have tied to a corpse, just said, this guy's coming with me.
Perfect.
But yeah, this is man, not the intro Clinic wanted when they got moved up. They did not sign up for week 1 versus Till's team.
No.
But that's what they're getting. So
yeah, somebody had to do it.
I think you mentioned TD St. Elmo is the gold standard for Harrington right now.
Yes, they are.
Pretty much unbeatable if
I would
Leo's
say
on
so.
Mountain.
Yeah.
Leo's nades are unstoppable. Like, if you're barring against Leo Mountain, you need to just rush him, I think. Because he's going to nade you, and he's going to peek you if you don't.
And even if you do, even if you get a shot off on him, good luck getting back around the corner and not just getting
If he's not hitting his e-sig or, like, priming a nade, he's got you. So,
yeah, you're done.
You really got to learn those timings.
I will be curious to see who their 6th is, though, because you got, a few
true.
potential 6th with Brandon, Bud, 50. I'm not sure who it is that's going to end up in. I mean, even, could be 2 of those guys and P12 isn't playing. I don't know.
I've been told P12 is very busy this season.
Okay.
And may not even be playing
so
this
Booten
season.
might be the new P12.
Booten might be the new P12, and 50's been around lately.
Yeah, he did. He messaged me the other day. I didn't see it for 3 days, though.
So I think they have options.
Exactly. And they're all, I mean, the core of that team is really the important part of the Leo, PDX, Till, and Patton. Those are the guys.
Yeah, you get those 4 in the server, you could put whoever in there with them.
Yep,
and
does not matter who.
So yeah, I mean, with that being said, we know what Patton's going to do. He's going to dominate mid.
He's
We
a
know what
real
Till's
pain in
going to
the
do.
ass.
He's probably dropping 40 with the car.
Inevitably, yep. He did it last season in week 1 on Harrington as well. I think it was actually like 98 kills to be exact.
Yeah, he got a lot of kills on Harrington.
Yeah.
PDX, insane player. I don't know if he's barring.
Doesn't
if
matter.
He's rifling, it doesn't matter. He's going to be locking down Mountain.
Yeah. Leo, wherever he's going. I mean, Leo is kind of like a floater, I think. Honestly, they're all kind of like floaters. No, I'm not making a joke. They all float around the map a lot. Except Patton, who's in mid-house.
They play routeless, positionless DOD, like we mentioned.
It's like deathmatch, basically.
Exactly. So,
it's chaos.
And Leo is very good at Mountain, carring especially. Really annoying to play against that. On allies, Leo will probably go mid, I'm assuming, maybe some long.
Yeah, I think he goes back and forth. Honestly,
this team may send a Grand Mountain.
They might, yeah. They used to.
They're trying to bring it back. I don't know. Yeah, and if P12's not playing, it may not even be an option.
Right, that's true.
It's not unheard of with them. But all right, switching sides to the Clinic.
Yep.
This is gonna be a tough matchup for the boys.
Yeah, I feel for them for this.
Tom and Candy and Insom are gonna have their hands full with mid and long. The bars are gonna be having trouble against this TD St. Elmo's Mountain team.
But
especially if
PDX,
Leo's up there doing his thing. Yeah. So I'm not saying it's impossible for Clinic. They've been pretty active, scrimming a lot. I think it'll be closer than a lot of people think.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't see him pulling out the W.
No.
Not week 1 against this team.
No.
Maybe they catch him off guard and some magic happens. It's Harrington, so crazier things can happen.
Hey, I know better than anyone how it goes on Harrington. Where you think you're going to have an easy win and you're the favorite and no one expects the other team to win, and then they beat you by a last-second cap-out because Swiss just runs up trip box and me and Toxinator can't hit him with a grand. Yeah. So,
and maybe, everything's going well, and then you get triple nated from across the map.
Yep.
And you never can come back from that for like 10 minutes.
Exactly.
So that's the type of swings that happen on Harrington.
It really is that crazy. And Clinic has, above anybody else really, is their team chemistry. Like, those guys all play together so much, have played together forever. Like, teamwork-wise, they've got that in spades. So that can be a big X factor. I think, though, you gotta take Tiny Dick St. Elmo. They're the defending champs. This is their map, their home map.
It's pretty safe to take until they lose at this point.
Yeah, really, honestly.
And they haven't been as active as they'd probably like to be. But, again, Leo and PDX don't need to practice with their team to be all-stars.
This is Astralis on Nuke from a few years ago, really. Or on any map, I guess, but they just can't lose on Harrington. I don't see anyone beating them. Over gave them kind of a close match, but I think that was more just mental lapses on Tiny Dick's part than it was,
And Over's good. Nothing.
And then Over's just a really good team on Harrington. But I think for Clinic, like, if they're going to win, Insom has to be out of his mind. One of the heavies is going to have to play out of their mind as well.
I'm thinking Vic.
Yeah,
Vic's going to have to just drop 40 both halves.
Yeah, really. And hold down that Mountain team, so they're not just running wild. Because they will be jumping off white steps, running down double doors, running up a connector. And it's just hard to control that, so...
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of them all.
Yep.
You think you've killed 3, and here's the 4th guy that
it's a tall task. You don't know where they're at. You think, this guy's going this route, and that's what you're basing it on. But then it turns out this spawn, they have 5 guys going to the top of white steps. So, good luck.
I do think Candyman's really good at Harrington.
He is. He's great at Harrington, for sure.
So that'll help.
Yeah.
That'll help a lot. And Tom's obviously a stud.
You're right. All great players.
Yeah. If Clinic's rolling out their starting 6, they got a shot in any match.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would not.
But this is one of the worst matchups on probably the worst map they could have asked for, though. So
yeah.
They may lose by 2 or 3 caps, and that's where I've got them losing by 2 or 3 caps. But I still think it's a tough matchup. Keep your heads up, Clinic, no matter what happens. And if you upset them, beautiful.
Right? That'd be awesome. That's good for DOD.
Insane. I'm not even rolling that out. So
I agree.
Again, we got TD St. Elmo by a few caps over Clinic.
Yeah.
And, we mentioned a lot of players, so I'm not really going to go too in-depth on that. But keep your eye on Leo. Keep your eye on Vic.
Yeah, and I say Patton because I'm a sniper. And
Patton,
he hits
obviously,
scopes.
keep an eye on the snipers, too. It's Harrington.
Yeah, always.
Okay, we got one more.
The match of the week.
match of the week in gold, and that's over versus typical.
Big one.
Huge matchup, especially with this new typical roster.
Hashtag typical worst to first.
Worst to first. Everybody's fucked was the quote.
Yep.
Right off the bat, man.
There's been an update to this roster since we last did a
there?
DODCAST, and that is that they added now Greets.
Oh, Greets.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is like a top 3 roster right now.
I mean, I don't want anything to do with it. I think that my prediction has become just a self-fulfilling prophecy by saying what I did, adding Milo and Greets to the already formidable core of Teemo, Nightmare, Cage, Scotty. Like, they just have all these good players, and now they can mix and match so much talent in so many different classes. It's going to get ugly.
Man, Greets is a huge pickup just because he's like a kind of a Swiss Army knife, if you will. He could play any route, any position. So I did play against him in a scrim the other day. He's a little rusty.
He'll get it
but
back,
he will. You don't worry about Greets. No big deal.
Yeah.
Man, so I don't know how active or how much starting he'll do for this team.
I am curious to see.
And I'm not sure whose spot he would even take. Like,
that is a good question.
Is he playing? I don't think he'll take Scotty or Teemo's spot.
No.
So that leaves him on third.
Or as a heavy.
Or as a heavy.
Yeah,
if
like
you put him next to Milo.
You got Cage can probably third in that case. You know, like he's played every class over the years. So there's a lot of versatility with these guys.
I think in my mind, Cage and Milo should be heavying and Greets should be thirding until Greets feels comfortable to just take over the card.
He's a natural rifle, anyways.
And
he
then
can
Scotty
have
maybe the third that unlocks that team at that
right.
lineup. But again, Life's serviceable, Louis serviceable, so I'm guessing Greets won't be that active.
Yeah, he hasn't been in a while, but you never know.
If he is, we're fucked.
Yeah, we're all fucked.
But on the flip side, we talked about them way too long.
Yeah, we do.
Solid team. No name, extremely good at this map, as you probably guessed.
Yep.
Not as good at Lennon as he is at Lennon or Anzio, but
just by about really 6 kills a half.
Yeah, he's still really strong running through mid, which is, I'm pretty sure, what he'll play both halves.
Yeah, he'll only get like 38 kills each half this time versus the 46 he gets per half on Lennon.
He loves just standing on those white steps as an Axis car and just kind of keeping an eye on Mountain, keeping an eye on DDs, keeping an eye on per connector.
Yeah,
and
he'll just
shooting everyone
straight back and forth. Yeah,
and goes up and down ladder. Yeah.
And he'll just hit every shot. Good luck.
So Caffrey is moving at the moment, has not been playing lately.
Oh.
I don't know if he will be ready for whenever this is scheduled. I assume it's scheduled tomorrow.
I imagine, yeah.
If Caffrey's out, that's a pretty
big blow on Heavy then. I don't even know who they have heavy.
I'm guessing Kum would go back to heavy.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
With Raven. Yeah. Or maybe Eclipse. Eclipse heavied some.
Eclipse can heavy too, yeah. That's
maybe Raleigh.
Raleigh, I think, is more of a rifle. I mean, I imagine it'll be Kum just because he did it all last season, but I was really excited to see that roster with him rifling full time because he is. I mean, he's a fine heavy, but rifling is where he's like a MVP caliber player. So that rifle team. Oof.
Yeah, if they don't have Caffrey, I'm a little worried for him.
Yeah.
Because that just might be Milo's music to roll over him.
That's where it's going to get dicey. Because, Milo is a freak of nature and can just pretty much,
because Milo is essentially a little better version of Caffrey.
Yeah, exactly. They're very
kind of the
similar.
same play style. Milo's just a little better shot, a little more quick to
and
make
a lot skippier around.
And a lot skippier. With a third of the ping.
Isn't that weird? Huh.
Impressive.
I don't know how he does it. So that's a problem for Over.
That is a problem. And this just shapes up out the gate to be a typical upset, in my opinion. I don't even think we would call it an upset.
Oh, not anymore, no.
Because now they're the favorites in most of these matches.
I don't want to play that team at all.
No, and we play them week 2, if I'm not mistaken, on Halley.
Oh,
so.
Fuck me. God. Well, that's
not looking forward to that.
Exciting, yeah. Great. But, I think that they are now the favorite in almost every matchup. We'll see what their actual starting 6 looks like, but I can see very few scenarios on maps where I wouldn't look at them as the team most likely to win. I think team owner on long is a real pain in the dick for anybody, no matter how many guys they're sending there. I
Yeah,
think that
he's
Nightmare is a nightmare for anybody, anywhere, anytime, any map, any route, as long as he's got a sniper in his hands. So that's big. Milo, we already talked about, and then for over, like trying to match up with that, you got Kum Kum and Raven on the heavies. Raven's been playing really well heavying, and he's got a unique style about him too, which could throw off your classic heavies like Milo, Cage, who are used to a guy playing in a particular way, and Raven doesn't really fall into that. So the heavies are going to have to come up big. No Name will be, dropping bombs. Sokka will be great. I don't know who will end up sniping because Walu's on the roster, and I still am living with the pain of him potentially sniping. So if he's there, that could be a real X factor, to be honest.
Well, I ranked for them earlier this week. It was on Hallie though, but Mata was still sniping.
Okay.
Walu wasn't even there.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't think he's playing this week.
Boo.
If Caffrey's not there, I think, like we said, we'll see either Eclipse or Kum Kum Heavy.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
Then Eclipse maybe third. So
they have a lot of guys.
Maybe even they use a ringer.
PDX. Right. Yeah, bring in PDX.
We'll see.
I think that's fair.
It honestly would be because Caffrey is their second best player.
Yeah. I agree. I would let them do that if it was against us. So you're missing Caffrey, you can definitely use PDX. But yeah, I mean, I think just knowing that Caffrey's potentially not going to be there, I would take Typical.
Yeah.
Based on our scrims against them, I'm going to take Typical by like 110.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I think I'm taking Typical by maybe 2 caps around 80 points.
Yeah. Yep.
Like you said, just the uncertainty with Caffrey and No Name could just shut him down completely.
Oh, absolutely.
And then we look like idiots. But I don't know. This Typical team is strong. If Milo's going to be active like he's been, they're going to be tough to beat. If Teemo's going to keep playing like he's been, they're going to be tough to beat. And this map is a great map for Typical, in my opinion. Just like you mentioned, Teemo is going to lock down long. He can do it solo. He doesn't need backup.
Does now.
He's also really good at rotating mid. He plays long really well.
Yeah, he does. He does.
And again, Nightmare, best sniper in the league.
Yeah.
Someone you don't want to play against.
No.
So yeah, I mean, this Typical roster is very, very polished right now.
Hashtag Typical worst to first. I'm spreading it.
Again, we're both taking Typical this week.
Yeah.
Over. And that's our match of the week.
I will definitely be casting that one as well. I don't care what time or when, what day.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's scheduled for early tomorrow or not, so we'll have to double check on that.
That's
but that
true.
will finish our predictions.
Yeah,
for
predictions
this week.
over. We'll be back next week with what is it, Hallie?
Yeah, we got Hallie next week, and I think we might even do a kind of recap.
Yeah, we will.
On what happens this week, assuming enough matches get played before the next episode.
So. We'll try to hold off as long as we can. Obviously, we waited till the last possible minute here, so
Yeah, we did. We wanted to make sure rosters were finalized and everything got scheduled accordingly. So, again, hope you guys like this. As always, we love the feedback. We love the comments. We're going to hopefully do some other things too going forward. It's not just going to all be basic predictions, recaps, and all that. So, and if you guys have any ideas, you want to hear anything, maybe hear, stories of the old days, maybe bring in certain people for interviews, let us know.
Right? Anything that you might be interested in, give us a heads up, and we'll work it into something.
Yeah, and again, thanks for tuning in. And Corey, any last words for the community?
Good luck to everybody. Week 1, Season 2. Everyone's out to decrown the Tiny Dick St. Elmo's. Typical for president. And go CIS. I want to see those guys succeed.
And make sure you are recording and taking your screenshots.
Take your screenshots, Paintball.
Do not forget.
Jesus. All right, boys. Say bye, Tony.
All right, KTP guys, thanks for tuning in.
Love you guys. Peace.